Got the eye of the tiger. There's no way that I can win. Just as long as I keep trying. No such thing as the limit. I'm out here shining.
24/7.
I stay grinding.
24/7.
I'm out here shining.
Episode 7, Growth Over Comfort Podcast. We're joined by Nick and Ferg, Kush Promotions. You in the building.
We in the building.
We're very happy to have you here. Thank you for coming on
thank you.
short notice as well.
No, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for giving us a shout, Shaq.
That's why we're brothers, because I knew you'd come here.
Yes.
Knew you'd come here for Shaq.
Yes.
Always.
But like, we're gonna just.
Because I am you.
I am you. You and I. You and
iTunes, Spotify,
I. Go get that.
all of them.
What we want to talk about, we want to touch up on a few things, didn't we?
Yeah, I think what we ended it on, the last episode, was to do with drive, and we were going to kind of ask you with Kush Promotions, like, where does it come from? What is the drive? Like, what is it that makes you want to keep looking to the future? Is it to like and promote events? Is it to support musicians? Or
well, first of all, like let's like talk about what Kush Promotions is first. Like,
let's do that.
Nick is the founder of Kush Promotions. He did. Is that still? Is my mic going okay there? Can you hear me?
Sounds good.
I think it's
Sounds
the
good.
headphones. Just 1 second. Yeah. So, I think my headphones gone. Just keep that rolling.
Yeah, keep that rolling.
Yeah. So basically, Nick's the founder of Kush Promotions, and he started it quite a few years back. There we go. That's perfect. He started it a few years back. Maybe we'll start from there. Like when you first started it off, what was the reason you first wanted to start that one off? Kush Promotions.
Yeah, well, it actually started when we had Studio 26 and we had Underground.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were Teesside Connection back then.
And
And the idea was really like we were doing a lot of gigs around people's houses, but nothing really around town.
Yeah.
So we wanted to build that up in the town, bring people out and see the local talent. So that's basically where it stemmed from.
And
You
that's
see.
what it began in people's houses.
Yeah, Studio 26. It was 26 Lambton Road in Stockton.
No.
yes,
Proper
shout to Stockton crew.
Stockton
That
crew
was
all
it.
the time. It was
Big
always,
up the Palmer.
you can't go wrong
Nick
there.
Rage Palmer.
That's a. We'll get onto that Palmer in a sec, because that is some creation. But it just shows like Kush Promotions very grassroots. It started in houses,
Yeah.
and then now it's building up to something quite big. It's building up momentum every single day, and it's something that you can really be proud of. And I mean, Joel, he wasn't really clued up on all this hip hop stuff and grime and rap and whatever. And he kind of sees it from my perspective now, but he doesn't really understand maybe from the promotional side.
No,
Like,
not one bit.
You're working with artists directly, and you putting on these gigs yourself. Just what makes you want to do that for people? Like, what drives you to do that?
I think it's just talent. If I hear something like, and I like it, obviously I want to push it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it stems from. Obviously, like yourself, you know what I mean. Big fan of you, Fergie. Big fan of Ferg. And obviously, it just makes it a lot easier. There's a lot of people out there who I'm not a fan of, who beg me to work with them every day, and like I won't do that because I just don't believe in them.
Yeah.
So are you very selective about who you pick to come on?
Yeah, of course you've got to be. I mean, everyone's got a chance. Everyone can put it out there, and I'm happy to promote stuff, but only if I like it. I'm not going to be fake and promote stuff I don't like.
Yeah.
There needs to be a filter of
of
some
course.
kind, in it. So like,
Yeah.
can't
I
just have,
can't be dropping
because I mean,
freestyles of white boys dropping
everybody
M-bomb.
everybody has got like them like visions, and everybody started off like very humble, like you say, grassroots. Everybody hasn't just been like, oh yeah, shit, I'm fucking sick, like the rest of it. And you do have to give people that chance, and give that, but you can't just keep giving them chances and I find that with social media, like a lot of these
you know
days,
what?
So.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, even when we first started out, there was a social media, but it's nowhere near as strong now as it is now.
No,
we actually had to like work for it a little bit more.
Yeah.
You can't just go out there saying you're the shit without doing absolutely nothing.
Oh no, of course not. And like, I mean, to be fair, that's kind of what we were a little bit like back in the day, a bit unruly and that, like, just couldn't give a fuck type of thing. But like, you live and you learn, and you got to grow, and and you see people in the same like place just not moving. Then that's like, you know, that's not drive. I don't think that's just trying to be popular and relevant with people you don't know.
Yeah, of course. I think it's good that like as well, like you see people like you and Shaq and that way, like you are becoming idol to some of these younger kids around on the streets.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them like they're just doing it for the wrong reasons, and they try to like you know, get in there and get on the scene and start writing bars even though they haven't really got it, you know, just to try and...
To be liked.
Yeah, of course, because that's what social media's turning people into now, isn't it? You know?
Yeah,
it's to make a name for yourself and create a sort of personality, even if you don't fully believe in it.
It's like some sort of addiction, you know, like and it makes you happy. So like it's instant happiness when you go on social media,
instant gratification.
Yeah, and you're getting likes and this, that, and the other. It's just making you feel some sort of way. And then these kids are built up on Facebook. Like Facebook is something that come to us later on in life.
Yeah.
These kids are like programmed to like
MSN.
feel good. Oh yeah, we had
MySpace.
MySpace. Big up Tom from MySpace if you're listening.
Tom was the man for a while.
Everyone had Tom as friends.
I used to love having like my own little song on MySpace. Yeah, but we had MSN, and literally MSN's just purely conversation.
Yeah. When you used to sign in and out, and on the right hand side of the screen, get a little bit of attention. Maybe that was like a like.
The way you'd make people see your status is by signing in and out and changing your name.
But that was the start of it, really, wasn't it?
It was the
start.
It's
just like progressed on a mad scale.
It made things easy for me as a child because I could easily connect with other people that I would never get. Because there was no such thing as mobile phones. I had one, but I could never use it because it never had any money on it.
Top up, you needed some top up to get text your girlfriend and that.
Yeah, we used to. It would be the case.
Throwing your mum's phone.
I used to always drop my phone in the river.
What?
Always drop it in the river or
Why
the beck.
We always at
Mine used to always get dropped in the back of a police van.
But like, it's funny, isn't it? Social media's changed the landscape of everything. Like now, even for me, I've just put that EP out. Ferg's put his EP out. It's just like you don't need a label. Like you don't need a label. You need a good support system, and I think you're providing this for the people and people that don't have a clue. You can go to Kush Promotions. You can go to Nick.
Yeah.
And at the moment, Nick's got so many people under his wing, and people might not even notice it, but he's just helping people constantly every day.
Yeah, of course. I'll always give advice to someone. If someone asks me advice, I give them honest opinion and advice. You know.
And it's just important because somewhere where we live in the northeast, there isn't that type of thing. There isn't many. There isn't. I think Kush Promotions is unique because there isn't anything like that in the northeast really.
It's a support network. If you go to somewhere like London, they've got that available to them. There's more people around there doing it. There's nobody around there doing this, and it helps so many people. People
with experience actually getting your songs on Spotify, getting your songs on. You've got people that don't really know these things, and Nick's there to help with all sorts of things for people, and even with videos and all that type of stuff.
And shit as well, like just everything. And but at the same time as well, though, Shakk, fucking like, what was just about to say, like what it is it's fucking
freedom.
It's the free. It's not like you were saying about the labels like around. Because like there has been labels around here, or like attempts at labels around the northeast area and things like that, and the Teesside area. But what you find with a lot of it is like, or what I have found is, you know, it was very clicky and like not very, you know, it's not so much built on talent. It's just like who people know. Whereas like, you know, Nick didn't know the likes of the Hartlepool Geezers until like. Fucking.
He didn't.
You know, things started popping off with the JK gig and that comp and that, and then like they've been so humble and asked and you know pick up all them geezers anyway. Do you know what I mean? They're always wanting advice or whatever. They listen, and take that on board. So big shout to them geezers. Yeah, no egos, and that's the thing.
And there's another thing like Kush Promotions. You've been putting on events, and it's gone from not having any events at all, or it was very scarce. It was like very few, to like feeling like people now feel like they've got a chance to support some big acts. Yeah, like everyone's got a chance because we've been provided that by Kush.
Yeah, I think on the other hand as well, you've seen a lot more promoters now popping up again. Give them a bit of a kick up the arse and like a bit of belief, like they can do it.
Really?
From Stockton, you know.
So the more people actually sort of jumping ship and joining on the bandwagon.
It's good though. Like I'm not one of these who's going to sit here and say I'm in competition with anyone because we've just gone and done our own thing. If people feel like they're in competition with us, and then that's their problem. Yeah. But at the same time, I enjoy seeing these promoters come up. I get 3 different promoters a day asking us to do events with them that they're popping off. Yeah. So it's like it's good because it's just building more awareness to the local talent.
Yeah, we need a scene. We need a scene.
And that network, isn't it? Like that's a thing. It's not just about one promoter. It's like it's not like one trying to outshine the other. Like it's all joining together and just trying to play it. Because like fucking we heard something about grime being dead and shit like that not long ago, but like it is not. Like come to the north, man. If you think grime's dead and you live in like Midlands or London or something like that, come to the north.
It pretty much, you know, when it dies out in London, it always thrives more outside of London, like in the north and stuff, like Midlands. They're always doing that type of like. Really just like representing that shit.
I think this is where people get a bit too much caught up though. Like people believe like, oh, there's a scene here, there's a scene there. Like London's got a scene, Birmingham's got a scene, Manchester's got a scene, Newcastle hasn't got a scene. I don't think anyone should label their areas and label it as a scene. I think it should be a UK scene.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's fucking interesting.
And, like if you look at it as well, like people like JK for instance, around the way he's blown up, there's a lot of people who will go and listen to JK. Yeah. And like don't even listen to grime, but they'll listen and support him because he's local. And I think that's the problem with us in our area. There's a bit too much competition sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what, we tend to think that we know it all, man, and at the end of the day,
a lot to learn, innit?
People don't listen to one artist, so like they're not just listening to like Shakk, they listen to Shakk, they listen to Ferg. Like they need more than one person to listen to. Like what about Joel, like your favourite band or your favourite singer or whatever like that? You don't just listen to one person exclusively. No. You like to have variety. Yeah. And in that sense, we need to work together and bring that standard up, so there's a lot of high quality variety.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what will make us push through as well.
And what do you think? Do you think the potential's there to do that? To get
absolutely. Look,
look at the artists, man. Look at like HB. Come on, man. Smoothie and that, and the fucking the Newcastle lot. And then you've got the T-side of things, like you say, killing it.
Look at the producers at the moment, like Naughty 40, DJ Turtle.
There's a lot.
Minimal's just coming up, sick DJs.
I feel like it can be very standoffish.
Yeah, it is. It's very bickery. It's very bitchy, and it's very backstabbing. And this is one of the reasons why I stopped for a couple of years and got out of it to sort myself out.
Yeah. That can kill you, drive.
Yeah, it does, and it did. It did for 4 years, and then one day I just thought, nah.
There's always going to be some sort of like, it almost feels like rivalry, even though it's like it isn't that. It isn't that, but it just feels like we're not, like everyone's not connecting the way we should. No, even though if we look at the first time round, we didn't connect as much as we should. Imagine that. Like I couldn't imagine it now. I can't believe like we didn't. Like it's hard for me to
because
take
everybody wants to be the best. And it's like I'm the best in my area.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's going to be that one person.
Yeah, and it's never going to be just one person.
No, of course not. Like I can appreciate there's things like you that I can't do what you do on a track and deliver how you do on a track. And there's probably things you can't do that I'm doing on a track as well. So that's the thing. Like it's fucking like you were saying about variety and you know and different
be the best that we are. Like best that you can
what
be.
you want to be and what exactly.
Well, that's what an artist is, isn't it? It's expressing yourself.
Yeah, express yourself. Yeah. Express yourself.
So I think basically it's just building platforms for your normal day-to-day people who are driving around in the cars going back and forth to Tesco or to work. It's about them listening to these local acts. They need to be able to hear these local acts.
So what would you say to people like Joel, who's just starting to get into this type of thing? He may be just doing it for me, to be honest. Listening, you're not.
I'm a supporter of live music in general. I'm a supporter of anything creative, anything where you can see someone's passion coming through, and that's all I'm interested in.
So as an outsider, what would you like to see from this type of thing? Like as in rap music in the Northeast, would you like to see that more?
I want to see people pushing it. I want to see people like really achieving what they feel they can achieve. So not just settling with being like good in your area, be good like around the UK. What you're just saying there, it's not just a North East scene, make it a UK scene and be the person who travels around this country and get your music out there, let them see how creative you are, let them see your talents. And all I'd say is try and drive it, find what your drive is and really pursue it, really drive it, believe that you're going to make it to the top.
Law of attraction.
Yeah, absolutely.
All this stuff's important. You need to really believe in yourself more than anything, and then it's easy to get caught up with other people's business. Like it's really easy to do with social media. It's in your face at the end of the day, and it's up to you if you want to give that type of energy.
Yeah,
like you don't have to give anything that type of energy at all.
No, I don't really like. I use it to push my stuff really.
Yeah,
and just see a few bits of other people's stuff, and if I do happen to scroll past and like see something from that I like, I'll give it a like or something. But then like in the past, I've had boys like, why aren't you liking my shit, bro? Like, why aren't you sharing my shit? And it's like, fucking hell, mate. Like, I'm not asked if you don't share mine. Like, it's nice if you scroll by it and do it, but I don't, like, take it to heart.
It's sharing it for the sake of sharing it. I'd rather have a fan listen to it and constantly listening to that. Like.
It's like, you shouldn't be forced. And I've done that in the past, I've done that in the past, and it's like, it's like when you're in a different headspace, I think.
It's because you're driven to get likes and views.
Yeah,
You think that's all. That's
it's like
important.
recognition.
You just want that recognition.
And this is the thing. This is the difference. Like, I've been to quite a lot of local gigs, like bands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've been to a couple of gigs, like Amazing Space Frogs, for example. I've been to about 4 of their gigs around Teesside.
Who are they, Amazing Space Frogs?
They're just a band, like a rock band. They're a good band, like been around a long time, but they always have a certain following who follow them to every single gig.
Hardcore.
You know what I mean? They've got like 40, 50 people, and that's why they're still doing it. You know what I mean? These guys are old now, and
Core following's massive with music.
That's the thing.
And that's why you can do it independently too. Because if you can
look
build,
at Stormzy, for example,
absolutely. Fucking hell, what an
Murky
example.
Records.
What an example.
And that's what I want to do with Kush. Like, I've had loads of people saying, "Oh, you should sign me to your record label, do this, do that." But at the end of the day, like, I don't want to be doing that. I want to be helping people to be able to like step up and have a platform for them to go on and do it independently.
Class.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what it's all about. It's not about signing people down. And
draining, Shug Knighting them.
Exactly, Shug Knighting the fuck out of Adolf Hitler, man, telling them what to do and that.
And that's what
Who
I
you
think
can't
stands
like,
out.
what you can like.
That stands out about Kush. It's more people driven.
Yeah, of course.
You're encouraging people to be the best version of themselves. That's what you're
definitely.
doing.
I like that.
Create their own stuff, and you're not trying to like get them on board with yourself.
There's a lot of fucking bravado and ego involved in what we do. Hip hop, rap. There's a lot of it. It's dick slinging at its finest, mate. I swear to God, innit?
It's a competitive sport.
It's like it is almost like a competitive sport, and I think what we tend to find is because we're all working so hard. Even people that I might not be 100% fond of, I can still appreciate what they do. Because do you know what? We put on this act, but I swear to God, you go through ups and downs of music. One day you write maybe for 5 months you're writing beautifully, like fucking flowing. You could hit a dip. You could think, oh fuck this music thing. The next week you're thinking, I'm gonna be the best ever. Honestly, it's loads of insecurities involved.
It's like a big, massive roller coaster.
Yeah, and it's important that even me, I want to make more of an effort. Probably just communicating with people,
Yeah.
and then just putting things aside. Yeah. I think it's important.
It's all about communicating, talking to people, connecting.
Yeah,
Keep those connections there.
yeah. Because if I want to be the best, it doesn't mean that you can't be the best at the same time. You know what I mean? And I think competition is really good.
Yeah, of course, it
It's
keeps you on your
good.
toes.
It's good.
Look at the WWE; it needed WCW.
Yeah. You know what I mean? WCW wasn't comparing.
Muhammad Ali needed Joe Frazier, fucking George Foreman.
You
like,
need that competition. What's one of your lyrics? Yeah, what's one of your lyrics in one of your songs where you talk about competition? Oh, it's not going to come to me now.
do you know what?
Stage fright.
It's because you don't listen to hip hop.
It's gone. It's
I thought that was your favourite song.
David
How
in the
long is it going
trenches.
to be until Nick starts dissing people?
You know,
I'm tempted. I'm sat here like twitching.
well, do you know what? Let's just get into it. I mean, who stands out for you at the moment? Apart from people under your promotion, who's standing out for you at the moment? Maybe like name 3 people.
Right. What, in a good way or bad way or both?
Do you know what? Stand out to you in
However you
any
want.
way.
Nah, yeah. Right. At the moment, I mean, I've always really liked HB. I think everyone does, that grime and that. At the moment, I'm listening to a lot of Naughty 40 in Reality, to be fair.
That Reality's pretty good, like.
Yeah, I think they're absolutely sick. The pair of them, I think they make a good team.
He's got a good, he's like got a unique sound about him, and it just flows with the beat. You know, it's like not giving it too, like he doesn't go fully like fucking aggressive. It's just chilled and fits. His style
Like I
is
say,
very good.
That's it.
And what I will say as well, Blitz, TGF, he's got a new project coming up and that, and I'm like looking forward to that, to be fair.
Yeah, he's always bringing energy. He's always bringing something out there. He's got a good work ethic. So I can definitely relate to that. So we got Reality and Naughty 40, Blitz.
Iconic.
And Iconic. Do you know that's someone that like he pops up, but I haven't really heard much of him. And he's seemed quite an interesting person, I guess.
Who?
That Iconic.
Iconic. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
from what I've like seen and heard, and that he's well, from what I've just witnessed, like he's a fucking grafter. Like
I do need to pay more attention to people because you know what? At the end of the day, the amount of graft that people put in, we need to respect what we're doing here. Like, there's a lot of effort.
I mean, look at this Get Wise video, for instance. The amount of hours we've spent recording that, mixing
fucking
it, mastering
big
it,
shout
doing the
Max Stacey,
video.
Get Wise. It's on YouTube, but Spotify, everywhere, isn't it?
Exactly. And we've got a lot of good music sat there waiting already. It's just dropping it at the right time and that, and keeping active in the right way.
That's the thing. Like there's all almost of like a danger of like over flooding as well. Like
definitely.
you can't just over flood.
When the timeline's just full of shit that maybe
Just like
a lot
they
of it's
dropped
poor
something
quality.
Yeah.
Well, it is, and this is what does my then. I listened to a couple of things like you see statuses. Oh, this is the next best thing. This is gonna kill everyone in the scene, and then they'll post it, and it sounds like they haven't even listened to it back.
Yeah, it's
And you think like, what? Come on, you know.
You need to put your best work.
You
out.
do. You do. I know it comes with
an
experience.
artist doesn't,
does,
doesn't
yeah.
sell a
It
half
does.
painted painting. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I think. Do you
Yeah,
know what
nice.
people maybe disrespect a little bit the culture a bit, or disrespect the history. Do you know they don't
Maybe.
do
Yeah,
enough.
because it's
They don't do
relevant
enough
now.
research.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
it's relevant
They don't,
now.
Yeah.
Like, remember when fucking new metal was relevant and pop punk and that?
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to be in
Yeah, yeah.
bands.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Everyone wanted to be in bands and pick up a fucking some mixers and think they
Yeah.
can mix that into some guitars and shit.
So what do
and
we do? Like, what
buy
do
a
we do?
guitar? Like, fucking.
So how do you progress? Is that what you're saying? How do you?
It
is that what
really
you're
does
asking? What do you
require
do?
like
I think first of all, just get over and like the Kush page.
yeah,
Get yourself down to the P Money gigs. Get yourself down to any
That's
gigs
the
we've
thing
got
as well.
popping.
Getting
Like,
active, just being active.
Yeah.
all the time.
creating a buzz, and then you know what? If people are worried that one person might make it, this at the end of the day, if
Yeah.
one person gets recognition, they're going to start looking at these areas closer.
Yeah.
and I will say as well, one thing as well, like I know it's like probably a promoter thing. You get like Eddie Hearn and that you don't give certain people opportunities and all
Yeah,
that. And they start dissing you and that. But I will say is like a lot of people need to not take it to heart if they're not giving them chances straight away, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there who've been working for it for years or maybe dropping a better quality like track. And like these younger people need to realise that rather than dissing people or burning bridges for no reason, they just need to get the head and the focus in the right place and graft, and then the time will come. They will get the opportunity.
Yeah.
That's why, like,
yeah,
big props
yeah.
to the Hartlepool lads, man,
Yeah, of
because
course.
they like they listen and they're not too big for the boots, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shit with them. There's no sitting there bitching about other people either. It's always love, always what they like, not what they hate.
Yeah. So when you take a setback, just go back and work harder, and then come back, and you'll be better.
Yeah, of
you
course.
You get caught up in shit that you shouldn't get caught up
Yeah.
in, like, and what happens is people start rapping, and then they might put a song out, and then they realise, oh shit, there's like 50 other rappers, and then they get caught up looking at 50 other rappers
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
just still concentrating on yourself.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's good to take note of them, but yeah, concentrate on yourself, make yourself better.
And there should be a lot more. I think it's getting better, but there should be a lot better connections with everyone working, because we're all doing the same thing.
I think a lot of people, they look at other people in this genre. From what I've noticed, like I know people who are in bands, drummers in bands and stuff like that, and you know, they don't watch other bands. Like they just do their shit. They go and rehearse, go and do their shit,
Well, it's
try and
enjoyment,
find a show, go out, try and find a show, try and push their shit to try and promote it. You know, any money that's made, build it in and try and build.
I
that
understand.
brand. But
Yeah,
like
that's
they
it.
don't watch other people.
I guess
Well,
at the end of the
because
day,
they're driven, they've got that passion.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
I
Well,
think
maybe like it's just not all about being in this to make friends. Like it's not something that you enter to make friends, but at the same time there should be like respect.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
when you
definitely.
do get the opportunity to connect with people, like you shouldn't force it. We didn't force connecting, did we?
No,
and when
no,
it's
no.
happened naturally, I couldn't imagine
Yeah, it's
fucking.
good shit.
I literally couldn't imagine doing music without these guys around.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
become that.
Yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
because it happened naturally. We didn't force it.
Yeah, yeah,
But it just because we learned to have respect for each other at the same time.
yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't there before, and if all of us just managed to have some sort of respect for each other,
Yeah.
no gossiping, no bitchy shit, then you know what, we'll probably get a lot further.
that's it, because
Yeah.
it's about enjoying it. It's not about becoming a chore, like Fergie said to this months ago when we started linking up again. You know, like it's all about before it got a chore. I
Yeah.
want to enjoy it again.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm fucking enjoying it now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like that's the main thing, isn't it? Enjoying yourself.
So-
Like that's
Yeah.
where the drive comes from. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Like on the subject, that's where the drive comes
Nice,
from.
yeah.
Just enjoying
When
yourself.
Fergie performs,
Like,
you can tell he enjoys himself.
Yeah.
Remember, do you
that's what I
remember him
love, mate.
performing?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
love.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
performing, man. Like jumping on that stage, it's like a fucking drug. Yeah, obviously I bun the piff, but that's all I do really. That's all I do really. Do you know what I mean? So fucking. You know.
So, like, so far, Kush Promotions, what have you done? We've done, well, what have we done? We've done,
Should
I say that again?
Well, do you want to go back 4 years? I mean, we started off,
Yeah,
we kicked
go.
it off. Our first
Yeah.
gig was actually on my birthday. We had Mike Righteous down at
I was
in
actually
Stockton.
there. I had the honour to
The
be
Moby
there.
Grape. Yeah, you were there supporting, weren't you?
I was.
We
It
had
was
a
a great night,
run
that.
there. And then we had Scorcher down. On the next one, we hosted the first ever North East Grime Battles, I believe, clashes.
That still gets talked about today.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
my battle, because I was shit.
you actually weren't, but this guy reckons his mic got cut off on purpose and it actually didn't, so I want to clear that one up.
That's still lingering.
No.
Motherfucker.
Fuck
What
it didn't.
happened?
The mic was
Well,
fucking stuttery,
Say
mate.
that. And then so Mike Righteous, Scorcher.
The clashes itself, the clashes were insane. The fact Scorcher was there judging them and then getting everyone up on the end, doing a cypher with them and that.
Got a lot of attention out of that. The clashes and stuff. Like
You can see with like Blitz, for example, he wasn't really about. He was putting little freestyles out and stuff like that, and then it was off the back of that. All of a sudden, I don't know whether that gave him the drive or something, but that's what really elevated him. Look at him now.
I can see that. I can see what you're saying there. Definitely. I remember when I first started out. I think it was Blitz, and he used to do stuff with Gister. Gister's sick as well. Big up Gister.
I'd like Gister.
I'd like to hear some Gister.
I really want to make a track with him. He wants to do it too, but it's just like we're just finding that right time and the right beat and stuff.
Stylistic.
But he's
flow
sick.
beat.
And then Blitz was with Gister and stuff, and he was really good, I think. But I can't remember seeing much of him then. And then I feel like I started seeing him more after all this battle stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like I started taking notice.
It was on there, like
Yeah.
battles,
He came in
like
and he wrecked it.
Yeah.
like fucking the one he did with Just Be. That was a sick.
He's a
one.
Borough lad, so at the end of the day, I
That
can't
battle
knock the
was
lad.
sick, mate, that battle.
Can't knock the lad, and you got Just Be and stuff as well. I don't really connect with them guys much, so there's not a lot I can say about them. But as in, like, we just haven't had much conversation and stuff.
Yeah.
Not enough to like for that, but
That's
these
the thing,
guys all
events
do
are, like,
the thing.
pretty like high paced, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I think we all just need an event where we actually don't do anything, just sit, chill, smoke,
sit and smoke in a
just
room.
have a fucking conversation
Well,
with
that's
each
it,
other.
isn't it? I mean, once these Kush offices are opening in a few weeks, I'm going to get everyone down and we're just going to have a big
Kush
smoke
offices.
session there and a big jam, see who's on it.
Yeah,
I think
there's
that's
a lot
what
to
it needs
do.
to be. It needs to clear, like, a bit of a clear the air jam session.
Yeah,
Just a massive cipher, man.
jamming,
Big fuck off cypher, Kush TV.
cypher.
Mark Stacey. Mark Stacey, wipe the cobwebs off that camera, son.
Got Kush TV as well. Got Kush TV. What's your plans with that? Any?
It's nothing forced, it's just natural, it's just...
See what happens and
So
build
what?
on it.
So
We're
from
not trying to do an SBTV
outside-
or anything like that.
outsider's perspective, what is it?
What, Kush TV?
Yeah.
It's just our YouTube channel. We dropped a freestyle video, like a cypher. We went to Wakefield. It was me, Fergie, Mark Stacey, and Levi Lee. We met up with P Soldier and S-Dog,
Shammy, yeah.
Sick.
Shami Khan, yeah, and that's on there. It's a good little freestyle. Go and
Yeah.
watch that. And obviously Fergie's new videos on there. So it's just,
is it?
I mean,
That
we want to grab like interviews and stuff like that off
Oh,
certain
nice.
people and
Yeah,
drop
good.
all that off.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah, it is a very
It's
good
another
idea.
way of promo, innit? Getting
Yeah.
everyone
Of
involved.
course. Yeah.
These little things make a difference because there's none of it up here, so it gives people an opportunity. And I know, like, you've done your Mike Righteous, you've done your Scorcher. We had JK, which was
JK.
unreal. It was a great opportunity. You gave the Hartlepool lads, the two Levis and Liam.
Yeah.
They didn't do a gig before, and the first ever gig. They managed
DJ Turtle, 16-year-old.
16-year-old.
Whoa.
O2 Academy
Serious?
supporting
Yeah.
JK.
Yeah.
16, man.
That's
If
impressive.
that doesn't give you
Opportunities,
belief,
mate. Opportunities. Like anyone can do stuff.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what age, what, I don't know, colour you are, what
Creed.
creed,
Give a fuck what colour
whether
or
you're
creed's
a
wrong.
Sexuality.
woman, yeah, sexuality, orientation. Doesn't matter if you're a man, woman. I mean, if you've got it, you've got it. You
You're
know
a
what I mean?
lesbian
Yeah.
seagull.
And you will get the opportunity.
That's how I was going with that, you know.
If you're a lesbian seagull, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know what? It's just good positive vibes, and I think there's a lot you're offering, and there's a lot of people can benefit from it. Like, for instance, you give people a fair shot too. So with Kush Promotions,
Yeah.
give Nick a shout if you really think that like your music deserves it. Give him a shout because.
Yeah.
That's what happens, and he's there to listen to it. And like, let's say for instance, JK gig, you put certain people on. You've got the P Money gig. You've gave different people an opportunity, so it's not
Yeah,
like
of course.
it's not one of those things. It's not all about
So
his
if you
people.
don't get
Yeah,
one,
well-
if you don't get one slot,
Well, that's
like,
it. I remember.
That's not it.
I remember when
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
underground,
yeah.
and I can't remember who it was. Someone said something about, oh yeah, he only puts on these gigs so he can have T-Side Connection headlining it. And like, obviously, I don't want to
say that. I said that.
Can you remember that, Shaq?
No, I can't. I
I
cannot.
can't actually remember that, you know. Did he?
He did.
He's turning
So,
his back to you.
but I
He's turning to the side.
So that one always stuck with me. So I thought, yeah, best change it up in there since, you know, I can't be putting the whole Kush team on this next one.
Do you know what? Fucking hell. That's class.
You've hit him hard.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. I never dropped no names.
I couldn't say that now though. I couldn't say that now. I can't remember saying it.
We didn't know each other back then though, obviously, you know.
And that comes down to ego and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Especially when you're a bit younger.
Yeah,
and you
we
just
all
like
had massive egos, man.
Yeah,
honestly,
did, man.
it's like when I first started writing music or rapping, I used to rap for people. In my head, I thought I was the fucking shit. And then you listen to that stuff you used to rap, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? How was I so confident there? How did I have the balls to do that? Yeah, it's all.
Everybody looks back, but that's the thing, in the progression, you've got to progress. Like, you can't just stick in the same place, you know, and get nowhere. Like, you might take different wrong roads, but fuck it, you learn from it, do a UE and carry on.
You learn from your mistakes, don't you?
Anything else that you want to like bring up? Anything that you've got coming? Anything you're looking forward to? Any goals?
Yeah, I mean, this year's about building. I've made some good connects already. Like nothing I'm gonna tell you just yet. You'll have to wait and see. And there's a lot of good things in the pipeline. But I think 2019 is gonna be a big year for certain people. It's gonna be a big one. I think it's gonna be a game changer.
Nice.
For the scene finally, hopefully.
Yeah. And do you know what? Because rap and stuff isn't built into the Northeast culture per se. Mm-hmm. Like this is what we're developing now. We're building it in the cultures, and you know what? A lot of people maybe like that aren't into rap music in general might be like, oh, we're not listening to that stuff, or like, what are they doing rapping? They're talking about hoes, bitches, this, that. No, it's not like that.
No,
we're making authentic music.
Gritty,
it's authentic.
It's gritty, isn't it? We're brought up in an industrial like town, working class town.
It's the T sound.
It's a T sound. It's a bit like
sound.
But you think about it, grime and hip hop and shit like that. It's a bit like the punk type of shit because like. We fucking hate the system, innit?
Yeah, that's it.
Come on, like,
we do. Like, that's what it's about, innit? It's about being real
and just like trying to make our own money off the bat, like, you know, not conforming.
And I think this is what the good thing is, I suppose, at the moment. Like, people can argue on about obviously the government and this Brexit thing and having no money, but what I will say is it's attracting a lot of young kids coming through now on the streets selling drugs and stuff. But of course, it's having a knock-on effect to us because like people like Bugsy Malone who rap about that stuff. Yeah, you know, it's giving them that bit of fire and inspiration as well, and it's obviously a good way of spreading that music because a lot more people are becoming fans of grime and that now because of stuff like that.
Yeah, it's true. It's about positivity and stuff as that as well.
It's about always putting a positive spin on things, and rather than let everything get you down and be negative, but always try and look at a positive outcome.
Yeah, and then let's get more people listening to music. I mean, it's not like we get a lot of radio play. And radio's not the be all and end all these days.
Do you think it will? Do you think? I think there'll be a point in time where it shifts. Or
yeah, of course. I mean,
it's only a matter of time.
Shout outs at Nick Bright, stuff like that. People like him. I mean, he does Newcastle teas and stuff. You know, he's genuinely like looking at these local artists and he is pushing them, and he is pushing them because he is enjoying that music.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's what we need more of.
Absolutely.
It needs to become a thing. You know, like it's not just something that you're like, oh, I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to rap. We need everyone just at least appreciating it because it's a lot of effort.
Well, and I think it is
more than that. It's good music.
Yeah, I think it is, but I think it's like taking its time, just like anything is, isn't it? Like, I mean, fashion, for instance, like fashion down south travels up here, like. A lot slower, do you know what I mean? We're
maybe that's a thing.
A few years behind, few months behind with the crepes that are coming out and shit like that.
We need that identity, don't we? We need that northern identity.
But there is a divide, isn't there? I suppose, but all it is, I don't know. Like, it's
because if you go down south. If you go south and you say up north, people think Manchester.
Yeah, they'll say Leicester.
Birmingham.
No, we're up north.
Up north is Tottenham.
Honestly, I know people in London that didn't ever leave their own area.
Yeah.
They say, it's all freezing in Tottenham.
but anyone from these places, book us, man. Put a big fucking show on.
Yeah, literally. Get that T sound.
Well, that's coming, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's coming. It's like, I think that's the next step, just moving around and showing people what we've got because it's not like we're on a level now. Like, literally, before we were slacking in areas and stuff like that, but now we're out there. And we're putting stuff out just as good as anywhere else, and it rivals it.
Yeah, definitely.
It rivals it, and we're getting stronger.
Definitely.
There is a lot of like talent out there. Like
there's a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong.
There's a lot of shit, but
there's a lot of shit. But that shit at the end of the day is just making people like yourself and Fergie look a little bit better at the moment.
Yeah, there's always going to be shit. There's always going to be shit, isn't there?
But like that's another thing. Like when I was talking
is.
about people getting behind their hometown and the home people, like you look at X Factor for instance, like James Arthur and that he did so well because he had a big support, and like this is what we just need to do. We just need to
get that backing behind you.
I think once Yeah, you're right. And once a few people start getting the foot in the door and start getting on big festivals and stuff,
Firing
then
the booths,
the levels are
like
going to
Yes,
raise.
yeah, yeah.
We need. I mean, I think stuff like Link Up TV, Grime Daily, you can do that. Like that's it within all of our reach.
People, all you do is shot them a couple of quid. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that's not what it's about, man.
Exactly.
It's about Charlie Sloth bringing you in there and setting fire at the booth, isn't it?
We want to see stuff like that, and we'll get. It's going to get there, and like that type of stuff. Like you say, you chuck them a couple of quid in, you'll be on one of them channels. You know, it's not a big deal. But yeah, we probably have to wrap this up soon. What do you reckon?
Hasn't been half hour already.
Yeah.
How long's that been?
Like kicking us out
My
already.
agent said I'd have a full hour.
Yeah.
Full hour.
Yeah, I'm still getting paid. I still get paid till the full hour, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll pay you. Don't worry.
Oh, good, 'cause I need to pay a Ferg.
We got that sorted. Joel's got the money there for you.
I'm a quick runner.
But yeah,
Shot us 100 quid, I'll shoot you on Kush TV.
anything to look forward to from you, Ferg?
Yes.
Yeah, loads to look forward to, mate. I've got like obviously the High EP that's going to be coming out this year.
Cool.
Also early into the next year, probably maybe spring, or maybe even earlier. I've got the Raw EP, and literally like looking to branch out after that, looking to like maybe collab with a few like I say, people from our region. Like yourself, obviously. We've got
We do.
Stylistic Flows EP as well.
But we've got a banger on there.
So a lot of
couple
music.
of bangers on there, man.
Yeah, a lot of music, few videos.
Yeah.
And shitloads of shows, hopefully. I mean, I've got a good few shows as it is.
Couple of fire in the booths.
Good thing with I think a good thing about your style and stuff. I think it is one of those type of styles that could well and truly branch right out of the northeast, and I'm talking across the pond, across the rivers.
It hits mainstream without being mainstream, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, it translates and it's relatable, and you've got a good mix, you've got a good variety. You've got it nailed down. You've got your style and stuff nailed down so good, and it's finding your identity.
But that's what it's about, isn't it? Like, I find you found your identity. I found like HB, they've got their identity.
Yeah,
like,
I think you have as well, though. Like, obviously, we recorded a lot back in the day, and then had a big gap, and then we're starting to record again. But I feel like you have found your identity now, especially this High EP. Like, it all is to a certain. Even though the tracks are quite different, it is almost the same genre all the way through.
Yeah.
It's that T sound, isn't it, bro?
We'll have to. Do you know we'll have to break down one of Ferg's tracks one time?
Yeah, it's a good call, that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
Get a little breakdown.
Yeah, we'll have to get an exclusive.
Yeah.
Sound.
We'll break down one of the tracks.
Exclusive of
realness. Sound of realness.
Nice, good call.
Yeah.
Beautiful track.
Anything you'd like to add, Joel?
No, man, I think it's been interesting sitting back and listening to like their sort of drive and their sort of passion and seeing where they want to go with it. And I think it's going to go far by the way that they're talking. You can see like the passion shining through in the words that they say, and it's interesting to sit back and listen to it.
It's just about walking the walk now, isn't it?
Yeah. It's alright having the talk, but you need to walk the walk. Don't you?
I feel as though we are, though. I mean, we've only been back 3 months, and already.
Is that it?
Yeah, JK.
Came the same time as me.
No
O2
way.
Academy.
Oh, you're flying. All three is flying.
Fucking Neville Bartos.
Flying. It's fucking flying. Do you know what? We both came back at the same time. Like, I had my EP. I didn't speak to Nick before my EP. And then Nick pops up. It's almost like it was just like the energy's there. Like,
You see me put on the O2 Academy and thought, best send him a message now.
Oh yeah. I think I got the message, you know.
Did you?
Class.
You were like, Shakk, I need you.
We need you.
It
was a sick show, though.
No, it was just sort of one of them. We were just talking and it just felt together, didn't it? Like,
It did, mate. Just natural, mate.
Nice.
Me and Nick have spent like fucking good hour solid conversations on the phone and that, you know, just talking about like, just wanting to fucking better ourselves.
Nice.
You know, when there's like, sometimes you think, why the fuck am I putting myself through this shit? Like, why don't I just go look for like something, like a regular job?
Yeah.
Or like, why don't I go pursue myself in something?
Fucking hell, we've been there, man.
Yeah, but it
exactly.
just,
That sends you the tracks, isn't it?
when you find people that are on this same journey, it just makes it like it's like I'm doing this. There's a goal. Like we all see something.
There's a movement in it,
and that's why there's this picking up every day.
Yeah.
People
I'd
are catching
encourage
on.
anybody to find that passion anybody to find that passion that they
Yeah,
have and
even if
really
it's
just
not
go
music.
for it.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be-
Graphic
could be
design.
anything.
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
Spray
Pogo
painting.
sticking.
Look at me, like I'm not gonna big myself. I can write bars like for fun, but
He can actually.
but when it comes to actually delivering them, I'm fucking awful at
If
it. You know
anybody
what I mean?
needs a ghostwriter, like,
Yeah, like there's a shout.
get
I mean,
in touch with Nick.
no
mate.
shit. But I mean, that's what I mean. There's many things people can be doing there.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
look at
is.
little Job, bless him, our resident bag carrier.
Resident
I
the poor bastard. Fucking, he's getting a shout out and you're dissing him.
No, that this George. He's a good lad, Job. Good kid.
Yeah, he's a good.
But that's what I mean. Like, you can do. There's a lot of things around here you can do and jump on and help with. So I mean, videoing as well. There's a big market at the
Yeah,
moment, big
yeah.
gap in the market
Fuck
for
yeah.
photography.
Yeah, there is.
Pick up a camera and get going, start learning editing.
Let's
There's-
face
Get
it,
yourself to college.
there's a gap in the market for absolutely everything.
Yeah,
If
there
you,
is.
you can, you
There's
can
a market
pursue
for
anything.
everything.
There's a market for absolutely everything.
You've
you
seen
can
some of
find
the
that.
sick, twisted markets there is out there. There's a market for absolutely everything. So you're telling me Northeast rap can't have a market?
We'll have to upload
Yeah.
our videos on
There you go.
Pornhub, bro. Like,
Exactly.
fucking drill guys.
Exactly. There's
Just
a-
T sound as one of the
Drill music.
drill music. Yeah, drill music.
Northeast music is got its own sound and it's picking up. I know there's other people that are getting on at like Maida Vale sessions and stuff from the Northeast.
Yeah, yeah.
So the only one I can think of really, but he's doing it still.
Nice.
He's doing it.
Who?
It's called Dylan Cartilage.
Oh,
Nice.
No, yeah, and he's really good. He's like a multi-instrumentalist, and getting played on the BBC. I know BBC Tees love him, and he's been played on BBC Radio 6 and all that shit. So big up Dylan. I've never
make
spoken.
sure you click on the Kush page and like the page and follow Fungi Ferg and Shakk.
There you
Yeah,
go.
like
Yeah.
it's another
Well,
one.
yeah,
Like
of
there's
course.
there's talented people around here. There's so many of them, and I think the future's gonna
Future's
show.
bright.
Yeah, it's gonna show.
It's orange.
It
not
is,
orange.
even if it's not our generation. I feel like it might be the next generation.
Shit,
but I
don't
feel
say
like
that to me.
no, but I feel like we're the
No,
ones who are going to pave that
Nah.
way for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true, and someone has to, and I'm pretty fucking happy to do
Like
that.
the
Yeah,
more
of
the
course.
more skint northeast version of Wiley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
Being the Godfathers
Yeah.
like, together.
So
like,
it's
for these-
something
for
on the
these youngsters
horizon.
and that.
There's a lot on the horizon, and it's I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Are you as well, Joel?
I'm excited, man.
Joel, like, come to the P Money gig.
I'm
Yeah,
there. I'm there. Sign me up.
It's gonna be
Yes.
Can I
bouncing,
play?
mate.
Can I play? Can I
You
go
can,
on
you
the-
can jump on stage with me and bounce around.
I'll do that. I'm in for that.
Yes. Yes.
P Money gig. That would have been by now. Yeah. So
Joe, did you enjoy the P Money gig?
Oh, mate, I tell you what. Yeah. Tell you, better than Shaq's EP launch.
Oh shit.
you weren't even there. You were too drunk.
I actually enjoyed that.
It was fun.
I was
It was
there.
fun, and then hopefully there's another gig by now. Probably listening to this now, hungover.
Yeah.
I mean, when's this going out?
Day after,
Whenever we
There's a
meet one.
gig, 8th of September.
8th of September.
8th of September, Saturday the 8th, Middlesbrough, the Lobby Bar.
To be confirmed.
By then, possibly the name might not be Lobby Bar.
I'm not here.
It might be Kush.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're not here.
Get a
No,
little
yeah.
look on that. Get a little look on that.
8th of September.
8th of September.
8th of September.
Big event,
Yeah.
lobby bar. Might have a different name, but it's where I had my EP launch. So
It is.
make sure you get yourself down there.
Middlesbrough
There's going to be
now.
some big acts as usual. And we'll be smashing it.
Nice.
Flipping, popping it, bro. Yeah. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Thank
Nice
you very
one.
much, guys, for coming.
Yeah, thank
No
you very much.
problem,
for
man.
coming
No
down.
problem. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks
big
for having
up.
us. Shout to all my Kush keys.
Shout everyone.
Yeah.
Shout out everyone, whole
Shout
North
yous
East.
all. Everyone who messages me. And
Big
all.
up.
Shout
Apart
everyone.
from fucking that Nigerian geezer who keeps asking for money. Cause
What's that? Did he ask for your
Yeah, he
digits?
keeps, yeah, man. He keeps
He asked me for my code.
Everyone who messages apart from him.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Unfortunately, everyone messages Ferg for money these days, I think, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to
Ferg.
inbox you later.
Yeah, I'll inbox him as well.
Ferg, you're famous
don't
now,
have any.
mate. Them's a tenner, Ferg.
I need to lend them, bro.
Sweet, lads.
Peace
Until
out.
next time.
Peace out.
Peace
Yeah,
out,
big
man.
up.
Peace.
We in the
Hashtag
building.
Kush Life.
Yes, G sound.
Bye.